Another Skyclave for the amulet. No, that one's so much worse. That was so much worse. Why? Oh boy. Just can't escape the mages, huh? Hello and welcome, guys. We are here for match 4 with the list that you see on screen. Currently 1 and 2. Hate to see it, but maybe we can salvage this run and go 2 and 3 or 3 and 2. Either way, we get some of our value back. Anyways, let me know what you think about the deck in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the matches. Alright, we have our match on the draw. I guess it was due. We'll mulligan our all-land hand. Man, this hand is just lacking an untapped source. Oh, man, I really want to keep this, but I think it's probably not the correct choice here. As much as I hate to say it. Our opponent has also mulliganed to 6. And they keep their 6. I think we are going to mulligan again, sadly. Should I be the coward, or should I keep it? I think I'm going to mulligan. Alright, we have a bit of a faster start here. We'll definitely keep this. Talari West not looking the best here. And perhaps Arboreal Grazer. There's no way of knowing whether Tribe Scout or Grazer will be better here. Probably want to keep our Titan mana right where it's at. Maybe we could put the Crumbling Vestige back in. Actually, I don't mind putting back the Crumbling Vestige, so we have both of these guys in case we need both. We'll see what our opponent does in turn 1 to inform whether we play Grazer or Scout on 1. Cavern Naming. Human. And they're passing. Okay. So probably humans, although I think humans would typically have a turn 1 play. I think regardless, I want to get this Tribe Scout into play. And pass it back. This Tribe Scout will accumulate quite a bit of a land advantage over the long run. Ancient Ziggurat. So we are playing against humans. Luckily, Eldritch Evolution will help us get around things like Meddling Mage. Skysail Freebooter to get no value. Love to see it. Love to see it. Now we're going to top deck the Summoner's Pact that they were hoping they would find, as is only natural. Of course, Evolution is something that they can Freebooter out of our hand, which is interesting. And we did top deck the Summoner's Pact, of course. Would you really have it any other way? Let's go ahead and get our ramp on here. Play Garenbrig for turn and pass it back. Just had to top deck the Summoner's Pact, didn't we? I am not complaining. I am not complaining. Especially if they don't have a Meddling Mage to stop this Titan from hitting play. I am definitely not complaining. Noble Hierarch, okay. See, all of that's cool and all, but how do you feel about one Primeval Titan? Do we chump block the Kite Sail? I feel like we do not. And we'll get this Gruul Turf in play, of course. Next turn we can play these two. I mean, I guess Floating Red doesn't actually do anything here, so we might as well just play... Oh, actually we do need the Garenbrig in play to be able to cast our Titan anyway, so... Yeah. We'll do this. Keep our fetch land at the ready. We'll go get our Titan. Play it for the turn here. Pretty good. And we don't have an Engineered Explosives to search for, so setting up a Talari West may not be the most relevant. Of course, we could set up a Talari West to go get Dryad. So it could be something like Talari West on a bounce land. The next turn, if we get to attack, we can search for a Valakut and a Vesuva. That seems decent. I don't know if that would be better than a Field at the deadline. We could also just get Field and Valakut to try to set up both. I think I'm going to go with the... I don't know, though. If we go with Talari West, then we let our opponent know that they need to play a Meddling Mage naming Summoner's Pact. I don't know, though. If they do that, then we still get to keep our Titan in play. There's no way they're going to, like, Reflector Mage our Titan and also... Oh, wait, they do have Hierarch. So if they had exactly Reflector Mage plus Meddling Mage... I still think it's going to be better to set up the Talari West here. My intuition says that we need some additional things going on, so... Definitely not attacking with Grazer. Phantasmal Image. 2-mana Primeval Titan, huh? Any creature on the battlefield, huh? Yikes. Luminarch Aspirant, huh? At the beginning of combat, put a +1/+1 counter on a creature you control. Okay. Guess now we have to beat our opponent's Primeval Titan. I think transmuting for a Pact, casting it, getting Dryad into play, and attacking to get double Valakut beats our opponent's plan here pretty easily. Might as well trump, I guess. I think our opponent's just dead, so... Yeah. Oh, wait, we're a little bit short on mana here. I mean, we definitely need to keep all of our blue mana up for transmuting. Oh, okay. Just naturally top decking the Summoner's Pact definitely seals it. That makes things quite a bit simpler. Now we can go to combat. Swing. Yup. We'll get double Valakut. And then we have fetch land plus land for turn to absolutely seal the deal. Our opponent has met their untimely demise. Thank you, top deck. Let's just go ahead and get this Heath into play and do things the hard way here. Classic. Alright, so against humans, we want explosives and dismembers for sure. Reclamation Sage to hit Vial seems relevant, and I actually think that humans is fast enough that we want to be able to hit their Vial with a force if given the opportunity. Colossus is kind of interesting. They have a lot of ways to chump block it, but it is an alternative threat if we can't cast a Titan. I don't know whether that's something that we want access to or not, though. Similarly with Baloth, like, these threats don't necessarily end the game on their own, so I don't know if that's something we need to be worried about. We can always evolution away a 3-drop into a Baloth, but to be honest, the 3-drop we're likely to have in play is a Dryad, so I don't know if that's relevant. Speaking of, I don't think we're going to need Fierce Empath here. Golo seems like it would be a slam dunk. Summoner's Pact is a bit of a liability. Bog can go, Cavern can go. And Grazer seems alright. Turn 2 Dryad is pretty good against our opponent's potential meddling mages of the world. Trying to get a Dryad into play before they can mage naming Dryad seems like it could be great. Of course, we're on the draw here, but on the play it's a little more relevant. Evolution seems very good. I think we can trim a Grazer. And a second Summoner's Pact, perhaps. Azusa seems like it could be good. Maybe we trim an actual Primeval Titan here? Is that kind of crazy? I mean, having Primeval Titan in hand is way better than pacting for it, but... Maybe we don't want Force? I'll try without the Force. Gotta cut one more card, and I have no clue what it should be. I guess just a second Grazer. That doesn't seem great, though. I like Grazer here. I'll cut the Azusa. Maybe it's dumb. We have Tribe Scouts and Grazers and Dryads to fill the role that Azusa would usually fill in this matchup. We'll definitely mulligan the All-Lander. Ugh, another hand that I would love to keep if it had a single untapped source. Just one. That's all I would be asking for. We're on the draw. What is the chance that we don't find an untapped source? Let me pull up the deck list real quick. Alright guys, so I am here with a deck list, and on this column here, you will see all of the lands that are functional in this hand. I mean, some of them are not ideal, like having a Vesuva on turn 1 so that we can't play anything on 1, 2, or 3, but at least it would allow us to potentially play the game. We have 20 hits, maybe 19 if you consider it that way, and we will have 54 cards in deck once we put one on the bottom. So let's do some math real quick. So our population size should be 54, as that's how many cards will be in deck. There will be, I'm going to say 19 and not count the Vesuva here, 19 successes in the population, with a sample size of, let's say, 1 card draw off the top. We would like to see one of those 19 cards. The probability that we see one in that one draw is about 35%. If we extend this to 2 draws... Oh, wait, my bad. If we extend this to 2 draws, then that probably jumps up to 60%. So 6 out of 10 games that we keep this hand, we will find any land that makes this hand work by turn 2. That's not great odds, in all honesty. I think I'm going to mulligan. And ladies and gentlemen, I say this sometimes, and I'm going to say it again. This is why you mulligan. Definitely going to keep this. We can bottom the Garenbrig, perhaps, although I kind of like Garenbrig in this hand. I think we can bottom the Grazer pretty safely. Tolaria West might give us access to explosives or a Titan. So I guess we just bottom a bounce land. I'm going to go with the Sanctuary. Now any green source will allow us to cast Titan off of Garenbrig. Untap land. Basic Forest. Let's go. Turn 1 Hierarch. Okay. Hey, there we go. Alright, I'm going to play out the Tribe Scout here to try to get ramping early and often. We can still cast a Dryad this upcoming turn. If we draw it, we can play Amulet and then put in a Gruul Turf and then a land with Tribe Scout and play a Dryad, so... Oh no, our opponent has Freebooter? They have Freebooter, huh? To take our Amulet? It is, non-creature, non-land. Dang it! Well, I guess we got punished for leading on Tribe Scout. Maybe we don't need this Amulet anyways, though. Let's just hope that is the case. Definitely not blocking with our Tribe Scout. Explosives, huh? It's interesting. Don't know what number we're going to need to put that on. Probably on 2. I mean, we're not going to be able to put it on 2 this turn, so let's play out the Tolaria West and pass. The only downside to this is if they have another free booter in the future, they can take our engineered explosives from our hand. But I think we just have to save this and play it on 2 for the meddling mages and whatnot. Mantis Rider. It's not great news. Oh, Mages of the Moon. That's even worse. But at least we have 1 colored source, and yeah. Okay. Yikes. Well, we have Dismember for that one. Barring that, we are in a tough spot, but that's okay. Let's get our free ramp here and get our Gruul Turf into play without having to bounce a land. Tribe Scout. Right, I think we do just go ahead and play this Explosives on 2. I mean, I suppose the downside to this is if we draw a Dryad, then we would potentially be able to Explosives on 3. I don't know, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, we have exactly 3 Dismembers to top deck for this Magus. Otherwise, we have no answer. If we add Dryad into the equation, then we have the potential to Explosives the Magus away, so I think we have to play towards that, sadly. Alright, let's just do this and pass it back. I will definitely suicide both of these Sakura Tribe Scouts into the opponent's Magus if they attack, but I don't think that they'll do that. And now they have the Mantis Rider. It is a human, after all. Okay, well, now if we can manage to Explosives on 3 somehow, then we'll be able to sweep up a Mantis Rider in addition. Another basic land is not the worst. So that means that we can pay for an Eldritch Evolution if we need to. So we can evolution into Dryad and then use Dryad to play Explosives on 3 and plan to blow it up after that. It's a plan. We are quickly running out of time, though. We're taking at least 4 this turn. Not much we could have done against Magus of the Moon. And to be honest, I'm not sure that there's much we can change from the sideboard to, or in regards to Magus of the Moon either. Dahlia is a lieutenant. Okay. Well, we need a bit of help. I think we have to keep 1 Tribe Scout in play so that we can evolution it if we top deck evolution, but to be honest, we might just be dead if that happens anyways. We'll definitely block the Magus here. Okay. Something good. It's a land. See, we are currently looking at blocking here and taking 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I think we actually have to deploy our explosives on 2 here to kill the freebooter and the lieutenant. So yeah. I think we have no out at this point as well. So, not fantastic looking here, but we'll try to fight the good fight. I guess we could still top deck a Primeval Titan and just slam it. I don't think that really does anything on this board state, though. Since the Mantis Rider has flying. Another Mantis Rider is just definitely lethal here. Okay, well, we'll go to game 3. That's okay. This does happen sometimes. Alright, so anything that we can change here? Not really. I mean, Fierce Empath isn't the worst, as it does let us search for Primeval Titan and chump blocks, and it's something we can cast through Magus. Not that that's super impactful anyways, though, as a 2-mana, or 3-mana 1/1. No, I guess we just have to get good, draw better, etc., etc. Yeah, I'm just gonna run it back. It's possible that Eidolon of Rhetoric could significantly slow our opponent down enough for it to warrant an inclusion here, but this hand would really like any bounce land. 1 second. So we play exactly 9 bounce lands. So out of 53 cards, there are 9 bounce lands. Let's say that we draw 2 cards. We would like to hit 1 bounce land. We have a 30% chance in total to draw a bounce land and 2 cards off the top from the 53. That is, I guess it's even going to be 54 cards since we would have to... No, we're on 7. Well, that's not great odds. A 31% chance is kind of awful. Man, I hate to say it, but I think we have to mulligan this. It doesn't really have... I guess it does have an answer to Magus in that we can play Dryad. Although it doesn't really answer Magus, it just lets us continue playing the game of Magic. We have turn 1 Amulet as well, but I kind of think this just doesn't actually even cover it. We'd have to top deck like so many lands off the top if we don't hit a bounce land, which we only have a 30% chance of doing. Man, I think we just have to mulligan, as weird as it is. Alright, this hand is workable. We'll definitely keep this. Bottom 1 of the redundant Titans. And we can lead on turn 1 Grazer, turn 2 Evolution the Grazer. I mean, we have something going. Wonder what we would be evolutioning for. If our opponent leads on Vile, I could see getting a Rex Sage to... Well, that's not a land that can tap for Vile. Okay, so Noble Hierarch. Unfortunate that our opponent has had the Noble Hierarch start and no Viles this whole time. Okay, well, I mean, I guess our plan is to evolution this into a Dryad. And then hope we top deck a bounce land. To go with our Amulet, so... I mean, I don't love the plan, but it is the only plan. Yeah, let's just get the Dryad and pass it back. Bounce land off the top. It's what we would like to see. I mean, it's pretty crazy we have all this in play by turn 2. Skyclave for our Dryad, probably. Yep. That is not great, but it's not the worst. We would have had the bounce land, too. We can put bounce land into play and pick up Crumbling, and then have Titan a turn after, so... I mean, we have a plan. And then we can use Titan to get a Vesuva copying Hanweir and a Valakut to be able to haste. So, see what we can do. Another Skyclave for the Amulet. No, that one's so much worse. That was so much worse. Why? Oh, boy. Just can't escape the Magus, huh? Dismember? Bounce land. Alright, well, we'll play the bounce land. Pass it back. These Magus beats. Oh, boy. Our opponent really doesn't want to lose to the Titan matchup, huh? Understandable. I understand that Titan is a pretty bad matchup for... No, it's a pretty good matchup for humans, actually. What am I saying? So no. Actually, I don't really understand the Magus tech. But that's okay. Dismember? Nope. Base Gland's not bad, though. It means we can cast Titan this upcoming turn. And I guess get 2 more Basic Lands. Oh boy. Thalia. Don't really care about that one. We're kind of facing down a clock, but it's okay. Titan locks down this board pretty well, since our opponent doesn't have a flying threat in play. Or we could just be very nearly dead as well. This is 5, 6, 7. We're going down to 4. Because it was 8 with the addition of the extra crew coming into play here. Okay, so even with Titan, we are probably just dead on board. Engineered explosives. Nope. Let's see, if we play Titan, we can get no creatures, no life. We block here and take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or we block here and take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Well, that was interesting. Just casually getting shreked by humans, but you know what? It does happen, and we still got one more match left to see how this goes. Unfortunate that we did get paired against humans, especially somebody playing Magus of the Moon in the sideboard, as usually it's a pretty bad matchup without the Magus, and then with the Magus it seems just unwinnable, but you know what? Such is life, and we will continue to see what we can glean about this deck. I still personally think that the Eldritch Evolution tech has some amount of legs here. We've seen it do some pretty powerful things. If our opponent had led on Aether Vial instead of Noble Hierarch, for example, we could have slowed them down by getting the Rex Sage out of our sideboard and maybe had more of a game that way. So that's something to consider. And Evolution doing some strong work there, searching up Dryad and so on and so forth. Yeah, I have nothing else to say for this match. I will see you guys for the last match. This is Redface Menace, signing off.